Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So last 2 Sundays we were discussing about the true concept of happiness. Any kind of happiness which we find in this world is always meeting of two different entities. Just you can think in whichever way. Any kind of happiness. Happiness which I get by eating food. Until food goes to my mouth, that happiness cannot come. All the 5 senses, Jnanendriya, 5 senses of knowledge. These 5 senses come in contact with their subject. Eyes come in contact with the sights. Sight means anything which we see. Tongue comes in contact with different types of food or anything which you taste. Our skin comes in contact with all the surfaces, any kind of surface or atmosphere. You can feel hot, you can feel cold, you can feel hard, you can feel soft, you can feel varieties of touch. Ears will hear different sounds. But unless sound comes, you don't have this anubhuti or the feeling or realization of that sound. Is always the subject matter and your senses. They have to come in contact. Then only world can give you happiness. Anything of this world, the thing and your senses have to come in contact. It will come. Previous sloka which we studied, it's called Sansparshaja Bhoga. Bhoga, enjoyment. Sansparshaja, which is derived from the contact. Without that, there is no happiness. You see something, you hear something, you touch something, you taste something. These 5 types of happiness are there. Most of the happiness is mixture of 2 or 3 or all. You will find people use it for the worldly sense. From other side, if you see, it is a spiritual sense. You know, we have a system I have hardly, even with a soft drink, cheers. Why cheers? Cheers seems to be for happiness. But for that cheers, why you strike your cup with another cup? Whatever worldly sense they do, I don't know. But there is a spiritual sense. He also is drinking something, you are also drinking something. You can see the drink. You can taste the drink. You can smell the drink. You can touch the drink, but you can't hear the drink. This sound makes the drink to be enjoyed with all the 5 senses. That's why this came. Okay. Why? When you take say pizza, do you touch pizza and say cheers? No. Why? These are reasons. Everything what we do have some meaning. From our spiritual standpoint, if you see, there is some meaning in it. So, senses, Jnanendriya, comes in contact with its subject. then happiness or misery starts again. For example, I saw a flower. So I plucked the flower. Wow, so good smell. I understood, I am happy to have the smell. But if flowers are there but my mind is not present, smell will anyway go to your nose, but you will not have any realization. Happiness will not be there. During COVID, those who had COVID-19, many of them lost the taste. One gentleman told me, Swami, you give me chili or you give me French beans, all taste same. There is no sensation. With the same tongue, why should not be sensation? But that is a physical reason. In the same way, for example, you are sitting here, but one of you have something bothering you back home. Somebody is not well, or you lost money, or whatever. Even if you are sitting, you are not hearing me. You don't hear through ears. When ears are connected with the mind, then only you hear. That means what? Presence of mind is required when senses will meet the object of senses. Senses met the object of senses, but mind is absent. That feeling doesn't come. You don't realize, you don't have that knowledge. So, all the enjoyment of this world is called sansparshaja bhoga. That bhoga, that enjoyment, which is a product of contact. Can you make any sound without two surface striking? If I have to make sound here, my finger and the table, then only sound comes. Any sound which you hear is made of, whether it is in the air, say for example lightning sound, maybe space is there, clouds are there, two things have to strike, then only sound comes. Striking to each other is called ahata. That without striking, if the sound comes, that is called anahata. So that's why anahata dhvani is there. Different, we have no idea. Scientists also nowadays say in the space there is a sound. There is nothing but sound is there, but that also have to be ahata, cannot be anahata. So, in the same way, unless there is a contact of these two, senses and sense objects, then the happiness or pain also can be created. Always everything is not happy. You take sweet, you are happy. You take bitter, you are not happy. Now temperature is okay, so you are happy. If it is not okay, you are not okay, not happy. So happiness and misery are created because of the contact of senses and sense object. This is one line. But the presence of mind is required. Now the whole thing, let us see from other side. If the presence of mind is required when the sense and sense objects are meeting together, then you have the realization, anubhuti of this subject. There is a phone, I saw or I touched, mind also is present, my hand touching the phone, so I have a sensation of touch and also I can see it. And mind is presence. If mind is absence, you don't feel. What other side I want to talk? If you have a control over mind, to shift your mind from the contact of senses and sense objects, even if it comes in contact, you don't have any feeling or realization. And if you are not part of that enjoyment or suffering, it doesn't affect you. That's why it is the control of mind. You are supposed to control the mind. And we also say control the senses. Control of the senses is relatively easier than control of the mind. I don't want to see. Mind may think about the object, but I can do like this. So I don't see. You don't like a person, you don't go and see the person, meet the person. But you cannot stop thinking about that person. That is difficult. So if you train your mind, very interesting experiments are done. For next 10 seconds, whatever you want to think, you think. Don't think about a dog. And you will find all of you will think about dog only. This is the reason for which we have a disturbance in our japa and meditation. What I don't want to remember? No, I don't want to remember this and this. That itself is a remembrance. That's why detachment. If detachment is there, you give less importance to that. So it loses importance in your mind. That is the only way to be free from the object. That's why in spiritual life we say, as attachment is not good, in the same way, hatred also is not good. Those who are free from these two, strong liking, strong dislike, attachment, passion and hatred, they are hardly happy in their life. Because these two things always bother. So one concept we taught about happiness is this, the contact. That's why Sri Krishna gave this shloka about the contact. Bahyas parsheshu asakta atma. One who is detached with the external contacts. That was the first topic. And when you are detached with that, then only you can be concentrating within. Second concept we discussed. There will be three. We took 3 classes on. Today is the third one on happiness. This contact, what happens with the contact? Krishna says, Yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate. These are the source of all problems. That's why the concept of renunciation came. That's why the concept of minimalism came. Somebody told me, the lady is fond of buying, See, I don't know because I belong to middle class or because I'm my age or what, I don't know. Believe me, you may tell me that I'm a fool, but till other day, I didn't understand the meaning of shopping. I require something, that shopping I know. Okay, nothing to do, let us go for shopping. If I do not want to buy, why do I go? But people go and buy something which they don't need. So somebody told me, there are so many artifacts and photos and crystals and this and that. There is no space to walk in the house. Literally, I am telling. I went to the house. We wear the dhotis, no? So like ladies, we have to put our dhotis little tight and go in between because everything is lying in the rooms. No space to walk. Then comes and says, I don't know what to do with all these things. I say, you purchased it, there must be a meaning, otherwise you spend so much money. Idea is this, that whatever enjoyment and suffering we have because of this contact, the root or the source is dukkha. Today is local calendar Buddha Purnima or Buddha's birthday. Buddha's one realization was this. This desire, so far as there is desire, either it is fulfilled or it is not fulfilled. There is no third way. If it is fulfilled, you are happy. But when you are happy to fulfill a desire, it immediately gives rise to another desire. And if your desire is not fulfilled, either you become angry or you become depressed. So whether you fulfill your desire or don't fulfill your desire, result is the same. This is not a negative picture, this is the true picture of the world. Anything which we talk, anything which we discuss here for Bhagavad Gita, nothing is imaginary ideas. Everything Krishna says is our day-to-day life. So he told, the only way is detachment. We told, detachment is in the center. Attachment is one side, hatred is another side. Detachment is the right attitude for anything you want to do. If you are a doctor, if you are performing an operation, can you do it successfully without being detached to everything? You have to be detached. You cannot think 1,000 things and do that, because it is somebody's life and death. So idea is this. Everything in the world, how the detachment can come. I am attached to this. I am terribly attached to this. How to get detached? There is no medicine eating which you can be detached with things. Sri Krishna says, Adi Antavanta. Everything has beginning and end. It is not eternal. Nothing whatsoever. You cook rice, so good you want to eat. After 5, 6, 10 hours, if you don't preserve in the fridge or something, fridge, you can delay the rotting process. You can't eternally keep rice. It's called Adi Antavanta. It has got beginning, it has got end. Anything which has beginning has an end. In Bhagavatam people know as Sri Krishna's life only. But Bhagavatam is a book of knowledge. There it is said, Pratah ya sanskritam annam. Rice, that which is cooked in the morning, sayam tacha vinashyati. In the evening it gets spoiled. Such a thing which cannot last even for 12 hours, eating that, how do you think your body will last forever? This is the slogan. Food, we take food, that's why we are alive. But that food cannot survive more than few hours. You do catering of food, nowadays they come with a paper. This food was cooked at 10:30, please consume it by 1:30. A food which cannot last in a fresh, same condition for more than 3 hours, eating that food, how do you think my body will last forever? Knowledge brings detachment. If I know, for example, if I know this is a dummy phone, this is not a real phone, none of us will be attached to it. Even the thief will not like to steal it, even if I put in the street. Because you know it is dummy. When you come to know that all the relationships, whatsoever, good. While you are in relationship, everything seems to be very good, giving happiness. Then how not to be attached with them? There are some truths which are difficult to say, because not everybody can digest. Shankaracharya wrote, Yavat jivo nivasati gehe, kushalam tavat prichati gehe. In the household, so far as you are alive, people will come to you and say, how are you? Yeah, I broke my leg. But still people will come to you. No, I have a fever. Still people will come to you. I have a cancer. Still people will come to you. The moment you die, Gatavati Vayu, when Prana Vayu, or the Prana goes away, it's not only for ladies, the sloka says like this, Bharyam bibhyati tasmin kaya. Even wife who loved so much to you will not go closer to you as soon as you are dead. She is afraid. Same thing goes to husband. Somewhere we have to put. So Shankaracharya wrote like this. If a wife dies, which husband will go like closer? No. Sri Ramakrishna says, as soon as person die, everything over, all the crying, weeping, everything over. So people say, then keep the body. No. Take. As early as you take. You don't want to keep even the body for a few hours, more than what is required to keep. So whom you love, just now I was talking, Nama, Rupa, Sat, Chit, Ananda. These 5 things is the ingredients of everything in this world. Nama Rupa is visible, Satchidananda is not visible. We all are sitting here, we are all alive, we are not dead. And you have a name, you have a form. 30 years before, 40 years before, oh, he is a small boy. 20 years before, oh, he is a young man. Now he is an old man. As the form changed, name changed. Name and form always change. Behind is Satchidananda. Your existence, the knowledge, and the happiness or the bliss within. This we have discussed earlier a few times. So, name and form, you have to be detached with. Satchidananda, you have to be attached with. Because that will remain. Rest everything will go. The form changes. Change up to what extent? There are some very sad, true things of this world. Sad, but what, you can't help it. It is what it is. The modern time, everybody is in a rat race of enjoying as much as you can enjoy. Son as soon as got married, we want to stay separately. So old couple stays. This husband-wife, son went to study, husband-wife became alone. Son is alone somewhere, husband-wife are alone somewhere, parents are alone somewhere. Very sad but interesting. It can be resolved, but nobody wants to resolve because this pursuit of my happiness is more important. Parents, nobody to look after. Send them to old age home. So today parents went to old age home, then the same couple will go to old age home. Somewhere you can put a stop. Let's say, fortunately, in Indian culture, still we have, most of the people look after their parents till today. And what these 80 years, 85 years, 90 years, some unfortunately bedridden people, what they want from you, just come and spend 10 minutes with them, talk to them. But people don't have time. So much pursuit. Selfishness has taken over everything. I want to be happy. Whatever happens to you, I don't care. And that has come to what extent? The most closest relationship, there also, after some time this selfishness will encroach. People become so self-centered, they don't care for the happiness of the other person. That's why, don't grumble, don't complain, till the people around you want to be with you. That itself is a blessing. Anyway, there is social side. So Krishna says here, Yehi sansparshaja yoga dukkha yonaya evate. The source is misery. Whatever you look after yourself, you will become old one day. A time will come when people will not like to see you. Slowly, those who used to come to see you started calling you. Slowly, so you can't even answer. I know certain people. So he said, no, Swamiji, I can't receive your phone. So I said, message? No, I can't lift the phone. I said, no need to write, just put why. I will understand you are okay. No, I can't do that. I can't see the phone, I can't touch. And touch screen, anywhere you touch goes something different. Alone, staying at home. I have seen, you also have seen, I have seen so many cases. You won't believe. There is no dearth of anything. Enough money, enough popularity, enough people, but nobody comes because everybody is busy. So that lady came and told me, husband passed away at that time for 5 years before when I met her. She also passed away already 10 years, 11 years I think. So her husband passed away. She's staying alone. Huge place, plenty of money. And those who understand. 4 countries, golf membership. Golf membership is like fixed deposit. You can transfer it to someone. And it goes in some clubs, 300, 400,000, 500,000, whatever. 4 countries. Good golf player, lot of awards. Comes and says to me, what will happen to me? There is nobody beside me. I said, don't worry. There is a beautiful side of the world. What is that? When you won't be able to do anything, all your relatives will come and serve you. Why? Because this condominium, this car, this golf membership will go to them only. No? They will not come to you till you are able to walk. When you are wheelchair bound, when you are not able to function, they will start coming. Auntie take this, auntie take this, auntie take this. Auntie has no appetite to eat anything. If you would have come 10, 15 days before, she would have eaten something. But this is the world. This is self-dependence. Of course you have to be dependent on. There is a book, I will try to find it, local, one Chinese gentleman, Buddhist. He has written one book, How to Die Peacefully. Not from both the ways, spiritual ways and the worldly ways. What bothers you, settle it down. My property, my this, settle down. Right? Will, whatever you want to do, you do and be free mentally. Give some money to the old age home, go and stay there. At least somebody will be there to look after. Don't hold on to nothing will remain, including your body. Planning, so that you will be able to lie down and remember the name of God at least. Not easy. Not easy. Your samskaras you are fighting with. You have to fight with the external world also. I remember we are monks, so we don't have anybody. So in old age, there is an old age home, 2, 3, 4, where the Swamis after retirement in their 70s and 80s, they all stay there. Karma is a karma, whether you are a monk or a householder. So there are boys to look after. So one Swamiji told, Hey, can you give me a glass of water? Just now I gave what? The Swami said, okay. When your mood is good, give me water. No anger for him also, because this is the world. There is no difference. But again, if your karma is good, you will get that boy who is attend to you. Before you ask water, he knows that Swami needs water. All karma. What you can do is, practical side you know better than me. Subjective side. Minimum dependence on others. Spiritual sense. You say, I read books. Think when your eyes will not be good enough to read. I go to mission every day. So what when you will not be able to walk? Slowly you won't be able to come out of your house. A time will come when you will not be able to come out of your bed. Time has to come. But even if that circle is smaller and smaller and smaller, your inner happiness should not be destroyed. If you depend on this contact, happiness derived out of contact, if you look for that happiness, misery is certain. So now you should look for the contactless happiness. Nowadays everything contactless. So contactless happiness. Sitting down. We have seen some very senior Swamis. People, other Swamis or the attendants will have to come. Swamiji, lunchtime, please take lunch. Okay. Whenever I have seen him, just remembering God, doing japa. Continuous waking hours. Got up in the morning to night. Whatever he is able to do, he is doing. When somebody else to do, somebody else does, and he is in his own. These are ways to tell. Our Swami Ranganathanji has some lectures on this. How to be happy in the old age. Practical suggestions. Don't be proud of anything. Believe me, nothing whatsoever will be there to make you happy. Initially, when you are okay, able to talk, people will come and see you, even if you are in the hospital. After some time, no one will come, except one or two people. But if your happiness is, if people come to see me, I am happy, then you are miserable, because they don't have time for you. To be practical from this point of view, spiritual life is subjective. A subjective life, eventually, only the name of God, you depend on your happiness. World will do its duty. Will come some food, this and that will come to you. So, the first was the contact of sense and sense object. Secondly, that all this happiness which comes out of contact of two things, the source is unhappiness. Apparently looks different, but real story is very different. We have discussed it many times. That which gives you happiness, some double, some triple, increase little proportion, the same which gives you happiness will start giving you misery. Same thing, irrespective of the thing. Because you are not made to enjoy more than certain. Your body will not permit, your mind will not permit, even spiritual happiness. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, we hear about Sri Ramakrishna Bhava Samadhi, this and that. If you have, your body will be shattered, you won't be able to tolerate. The nerves has to be trained to pass these divine emotions in you. Somebody died whom you love, how automatically you cry? What makes you to cry? Is your love for the things, correct? Love for the person. In the same way, any emotion, when it is more than you can tolerate, then your body starts reacting, weeping or whatever comes. If it's little misery, unhappiness, people are not getting disturbed. Hey, I lost my $10 somewhere. Maybe it is not that disturbing to you. Oh, I lost my car key somewhere. More disturbing to you. Oh, I lost my house key. It is less disturbing because house is not going to go anywhere. We give importance to the things of the world, and that thing takes charge of our happiness and misery. Spiritual life is subjective. I have to be subjectively so. My happiness cannot depend on others. For example, I deposited little happiness in all of you. Then I beg, can you give my little happiness back to me? What are the chances for me to become happy? Unless you give me little, I can't be happy. That's a dependence. No chances of my becoming happy. So a standpoint comes in a positive sense. I want to remain happy with you or without you. Not that we are not giving importance to the people. Spiritual happiness is not running away. When monk's life, people say, as if we ran away from the situation. Oh, you should look after your parents. Oh, yeah, I know that. That's why it is said, either for the sake of the nation in army, either for the sake of God in spiritual sense, then only you have a right to give less importance to your parents or your dependents. Two things only. When you are going away or leaving those people, the purpose is much higher than them itself, then it's okay. Not for your selfish motive. Not for your something, no. So the third aspect which the third shloka which says, Shaknoti, those who can, what? Sodhum, able to tolerate, what? Praksharira vimokshanat, before you die. You achieve that state of mind. What state of mind? That you can tolerate, where you can face, what? Kama, krodhodbhavam vegam. The emotional, the onslaught, the outburst of lust and anger. If you can control that, keep them with a respectful distance, then only you can concentrate on yourself. Spiritual life is difficult. Why difficult? Because our instinct are not able to make us free from certain things of our life. Whole life is invested in these two. What Sri Ramakrishna says is lust and greed, kamini kanchana. Kamini doesn't mean woman. Holy Mother says, when Sri Ramakrishna says kamini kanchana, ladies should read as purusha kanchana. Why? What Purusha? My father also is Purusha. My son also is Purusha. My husband also is Purusha. My neighbor also is Purusha. Where that emotion doesn't bring you down, when that you are not able to happily remember it. This is the only one simple condition. You know, there is a Bengali song. কখনো বিপথে যদি ভ্রমিতে চাহে এ হৃদি অমনি ও মুখ হেরি শরমে সে হয়ে সারা. You feel so ashamed when you have to look at Sri Ramakrishna. Don't do that. Or reduce to do that. Our mind also is a mind only. So sometimes some thoughts will come which are not that good thoughts. So how can this thought can come to you? But your samskaras will push you. I remember one of our President Maharaj, Swami Samachittananda. We were very young at that time. So one of us asked a question, Maharaj, how to control the passions? So he said, I don't know how to control. Initially suppression is okay up to certain extent. After some time it is to sublimate. And sublimation will come provided you are more attached to your spiritual way. No time to think about it. There are so many practical things anyway. You keep yourself so busy in attentive spiritual life that there is no source. I am telling to myself, I am not telling to you. You keep yourself so busy in spiritual practices that the very thoughts will not arise. There is no scope for the thoughts will arise. But you pay more attention to it. One young man came to one of our President Maharaj, Swami Gambhiranandaji. Maharaj, sometimes this Kama Krodhodbhavam Vegam, sometimes it is so passionate, I don't know what to do it. So he was very quiet. He said, take a bucket of water and start cleaning your room. Do the mopping of the room till you perspire. And remember the name of God at that time. Let me see how you cannot be free from these bad thoughts. Our instinct, we cannot objectify our instinct. As soon as instinct comes in us, we be with instinct. Spiritual life starts with the revolt towards your instinct. That's all spiritual practices. Maunam. You are habituated to speak, so not speaking is spiritual practice. Oh, I like to eat. Fasting is a spiritual practice. Oh, I am happy to. No, not doing that is a spiritual practice. It's all restricting yourself initially. When it becomes your nature, you don't need to practice that. Naturally. So that's spiritual practice. So here Sri Krishna says, final one word, one who can withstand here itself in this life, not after death, no mukti moksha after death, whatever I want to experience in this life when I am alive. One who can withstand before departing from this world, this body. What? The impulse arising from desire and anger. Kama doesn't mean only lust, no, any kind of desire. That man is a yogi. And he is supposed to be called a happy person. Who is happy? One who is not externally get pain with the things of the world, and one whose inner emotions of desire and anger is sublimated, and he walks through the path of spirituality. He is a happy man. Otherwise, happiness comes when you are in contact with these things. Again, unhappiness comes. And like a share market, you profit, you are happy. You loss, you are unhappy. Again profit, again loss. Life goes on this only. It doesn't go like straight. That happiness, you will not be affected by the loss provided you don't want profit. You cannot have one side of the coin and don't have another side of the coin. World is made of these dualities. That's why nowhere it is said, you will find, nowhere it is said. Anywhere you find the scripture, show me one place. Those who are married cannot realize God. No, never it is said. Why? Because that is how the world runs. All those great people, all are born of some couple only, no? Householder's life was never criticized. That is considered as one way of life. But in the name of that, if you lose control of your senses, then neither the spiritual field nor even the world will appreciate that. So, these 3 lectures very important for me also to think. I'm so happy that I can think many things, thanks to you all to hear that. That Sayukta, he is the person, he is the happy person who has control over his senses up to a certain extent, control over his instinct up to a certain extent, but he is attached with this spiritual goal. And then only we can be really happy. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.